Today, we're cooking Christmas lunch at W2 Kitchen. For me, I like to maximize the time I get to spend with family. So, the preparation needs to be simple and I want minimum active work. Today, we have a wonderful, wonderful duck from a family farm based in Calan in France since the 1940s. The ducks are about 80, 90 days old and they slaughter them in a very particular way. I'll leave a name on screen so you can Google. So that it retains the blood, making it way more flavorsome and extremely juicy. This has been salted and hung at my butcher for about 10 days, giving you extremely dry skin. To minimize the workload, we're going to cook the duck well done. Very simple. First, we brown the skin and we render the fat. Very high heat in the oven, about 230 Celsius. Ideally, we have a V-rack to elevate the duck, like this. And this goes in for browning for 30 minutes. To cook it well done, it takes about 90 minutes and a 30-minute rest. So the whole thing takes about 2 hours. So if I plan to eat at 2 o'clock, I start prepping at noon. And while the duck's cooking, we're going to have our 4 sides. Some potatoes, some parsnips, some carrots, and some Brussels sprouts. To minimize active work and to maximize the efficiency of oven space, I always think it's easier to do most things on the stovetops with very forgiving recipes so that there's no stress. When you're roasting something in the oven, as much as I love the complexity, you're rotating things around to keep them warm, to keep them not overcooked. It's not really hosting friendly unless you have like 2-3 ovens, of course. But today we're operating under the assumption that we have 1 oven and 4 stoves. First, we boil our potatoes because A, they take the longest, and B, they are the most forgiving in terms of cooking time. I ran out of butter, so ghee would have to do. And we peel our potatoes. We season with a bit of salt. You cover it with just enough water. Then, we simply bring this to a boil and let it simmer. Now, the second thing you prepare is the glazed carrots. It takes nowhere near as long, but it is almost equally as forgiving as the potatoes. Peel our carrots. For the carrots, we grab a saucepan, salt, this time also black pepper, and my personal favorite, this is Japanese 7 spice, shichimi togarashi. You can add some chili flakes as well. You might have noticed I have not oiled this because I'm waiting for the rendered duck fat, but this will be ready to go. Now, we prepare our parsnips for roasting. I'm roasting this because it's very hard to achieve the wonderful crispy outside and soft inside, but we'll cut it in a way that it will only take 30 minutes to roast. And for me, roasted vegetables, I always like to serve them slightly later than everything else. So by the time they come out, people are already sat eating and you get piping hot roasted vegetables. So once again, salt, black pepper, shichimi or chili flakes. Grab a tray. We want to form one even layer. And this is ready to go in when the duck comes out the second time round. Brussels sprouts. I almost feel like I have to do one just because. No. For Christmas Day, honestly, buy cleaned ones to not waste your time. But again, I went to the market too late, so let's clean some Brussels sprouts. Get the whole family involved, you know, a family activity. The problem with the holiday period is when you go shopping late, this is what you end up getting. I mean, this one dish would take me longer than the other 4 combined. Crazy. Now, these babies are prepped, and it's been precisely 30 minutes. So, the duck comes out for the first time. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. It's already a beauty. Now, we grab our carrots. We simply collect some of our wonderful, wonderful duck fat. So at medium-high heat, this will take 20 minutes. I like to start it earlier, at a lower heat, and give it 40 minutes. So this will go back on the stove, but we're not going to cook it yet. You reduce the oven to 150 to finish cooking the duck. Now, we have amazing browning already. This lady goes back in. After another hour in the oven, the duck is ready to come out. Beautiful. Wonderfully crispy skin. The crispy skin will not last after resting that much, but we're solving for the flesh. And now we know we have at least half an hour. Think about it. It took 90 minutes for the heat to go from outside in. It's not going to go from inside out that quickly, so don't worry about it. Now, oven back up to 200, and the parsnips, they go in, and they'll cook in half an hour. Now, the carrots, I started them at medium heat 10 minutes ago. So in 40 minutes, the carrots will be perfectly cooked with their own juices. I've not even added a drop of water, just duck fat and carrots. And just before serving, we'll glaze it. The potatoes are done. It's just resting in its own cooking liquid at the lowest possible setting on the stove. My coffee is finished. So now we open some champagne. I like to leave it out, by the way, just for it to get closer to room temperature, to wake up a bit. Cheers. Now, for such good quality duck, I normally don't care for a sauce or a gravy, but if you want to, very simple, you take a saucepan, you take some cheap tawny port, the cheapest tawny port you can find at your local supermarket, medium-high heat. We reduce it down to a glaze. We slice a bit of parsley for garnish later. And about 7-8 minutes before serving, we'll cook the Brussels sprouts. Now, T-8, we cook the sprouts. High heat. As you can see, we have all 4 stoves on. Clarified butter or any high smoke point oil. You can use duck fat as well, but you don't want duck fat in everything, you know, like duck fat carrots, that's enough. You check on your glaze, it's getting there. Very hot pan, sprouts in. And when you cook them fast, they develop this nice nuttiness. Again, salt, pepper. And we literally cook them until they're well browned on the outside. Now, to make it even more festive, we have some store-bought, ready-to-eat chestnuts. They just go right in. Now, our sprouts ready, stove off. The parsnips are also ready. We switch off the oven, put them in the bottom shelf just to keep warm for a couple of minutes while we finish everything off. We have this glaze. To finish it off, high heat until it's syrupy. Now, to that, we add the cooking juices, which I drain from the cavity of the duck. So they all go in, and we simply cook it at high heat until it coats the back of your spoon. That's good enough for me. So this goes into the gravy boat for those who want gravy. Now, we'll finish everything and we'll plate in real time. First, we finish glazing the carrots, perfectly cooked. You can see. All we need is to glaze them at high heat. You can see the cooking liquid. It's almost syrupy. For me, that's beautiful. Stove off. We add a bit of the parsley. That's side dish number 1. We take our boiled potatoes, perfectly cooked. Some very warm Brussels sprouts. Parsnips, roasted. And thanks to the stove, everything piping hot. Beautifully cooked. Still very hot, I can tell you that. We have our optional gravy. Should have decanted the red wine. You have your champagne. You have your probably burgundy with the duck. Everything piping hot. Finish at the same time, took us 2 hours. There's no need to stress. And this is Christmas lunch at W2 Kitchen. Happy holidays. I really hope you enjoy.